Alright, just down from a currency flight in the Harvard and gonna go see what we got. Some cool packages arrived. Can't talk.
Okay, April the 9th, and here's our COVID broadcast. Anyway, Perry's working on the canopy, preparing for fiberglass work.
Look at how beautiful this comes together, so nice. What a great looking canopy. Mealtime fun before all hell breaks loose, then canopy action during quarantines and lockdowns. Here's looking pretty lonely. Pretty lonely, cold and dark. This is the last of the build footage that was shot over the late winter and into the spring of 2020 as things got pretty weird. So after this one's done, we'll get back to building and filming in real time. Okay, just down from a currency flight in the Harvard and gonna go see what kind of awesome packages we got for the RV14 build. Some pretty cool stuff came in, let's go check it out. Life was still normal at this stage. Dave and I were both down from doing solo currency rides, but social distancing was not yet a part of our vocabulary. Dave's my Warbird check pilot, and he's also the computer whiz that built my home sim rig, and he's a key part of the RV14 build team. So he's done a lot for the Flight Chops project, and I was happy to be able to share the love and help him with his dream to solo an extra 300. It's returning the favor here. How we feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling the exact correct amount of apprehension. Like just like the perfect amount of like right where I should be.
You should write a book on what that amount is, because I bet you a lot of people would like to know that.
Doing the cinematic box
sort of
opening. Cinematic box opening, according to Steve. That's what you do in the low light. He's a cinematographer, so you know.
Cinematographer.
Is this the stuff?
There's the stuff.
First thing, somebody paid $5.65 to post it over. Oh my god, it's got your laser etched engraved Clements custom creations. This looks like laser cut wood. So this appears to be a storage unit. A storage unit of some type.
Okay.
See, that's kind of like end pieces and metal pieces. I don't need instructions. Figure that out later. Okay, I'm turning the lights up. Like this is like literally, it's really a pitch black.
It's not cinematic enough.
It's too cinematic.
Too cinematic. So this is mail time with Dave, and he didn't like the cinematic lighting, so he's turning on the fluorescents.
Oh, we have some very exciting things in here. We have some AeroLEDs.
Oh yeah.
There's a bit of a backstory on these, and I'm gonna blame, I believe it's Ryan at AeroLED for this. He said, you know, we have some pretty big lights, can you fit them in your power budget? And my default response to anything about power budget is, of course I can fit it in my power budget. And these are not little baby lights. So we're still opening lights here. We're still pulling lights out of a box. Okay, so these are the landing and taxi recognition lights. I believe these are the tip lights.
Look at that, that's sexy.
So these are not just tip lights, but also taxi lights, and are 160 watts for the pair, I believe. Wingtips, I believe.
They
look like tips, yeah.
So they got color in there that you can't see until they're turned on type of thing?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just going to be the diode itself will be the color. Very nicely built, like nice machined aluminum there.
Yeah.
Like the CNC cut by the looks of it. Got some high quality stuff. We got that. That's fun. I think these are they got some heft to them. Yeah, this is just bananas. Look at the size of that. So these are the landing lights, and they are 100 watts each.
100 watt LEDs, that's bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they put on a 737, but I can't imagine it's a whole hell of a lot different. It's and we of course times two, right? One for each wing, and our Avionics should be able to swag them and do fancy things like that. So that is our lighting package, which you'll see a lot more of later.
And that concludes Mail Time with Dave. In the following month, the world kinda stopped. We've been pretty much on lockdown in Ontario. That's the province we're in here in Canada. A couple of the guys who are brothers, Perry and John, have been able to work together, so they got a fair amount done on the canopy there. As many of you noticed in the last episode, Perry's in a fair bit of pain. He's got a bad hip, and he's been waiting for a replacement. But stay tuned to the end for some good news on that. Super clean. So nice. I was here as we got it sort of set and prepped, but they did all the finessing, so they did a really great job. They got some GoPro footage that I'll be intercutting. And then once this lockdown stops, we're gonna proceed working together as a team again. So I'm here today to fly in my flight suit. And I just scrubbed actually, because by the time I got going, the wind had just picked up and crossed over the operational limits. This ended up making for a pretty good episode about my first time flying with a helmet and some really hard real-time decision making. Anyway, let's get back to the build with Perry.
So here we are, we're taping the canopy. Ken and Pierre doing a great job, and we want to protect that plexiglass because it's probably the most valuable single item in the whole kit. And we're doing it now because we are preparing to start installing the plexiglass on the canopy frame. And this puppy fits beautifully. So you can see the canopy rail matches off against the airframe beautifully. This can be a difficult area to do well, but we've got a good match line there. And this corner here, which is really, it was really tough on the RV7 to get that corner right there good. That is also perfect. Really impressive. Really much better than the 7. Best one I've ever seen. So far, we're really happy with the fit on this thing. In this area right here, see that little notch cut out there? That gives relief between this skin and this skin. So watch the action on this, and this is where a lot of guys have a lot of problems. There's all kinds of issues on Vans Air Force and so on. Builders have a problem when this skin here touches this one here and it ends up bending either this piece of metal or this piece of metal. So watch this action. Okay, very carefully guys, bring it up. All right, see how it's moving forward? All right, now it doesn't start to come up until after it moves forward, and you can't let this surface here touch the aft surface of this skin here. The other issue is that this thing can change due to temperature and probably due to the balance of the construction that's going to occur. So we have to be very careful as we go through the construction process to make sure that this continues to clear the aft edge of the forward fuselage skin.
Job well done.
Job well done. There it is. This airplane is going to be perfect. Well, we're starting to close in on the wrap-up of this canopy. So currently what we're doing is we're drilling holes through the canopy side skin, through the canopy plexiglass itself, and through the inner rail. And we're doing it very carefully because we do not wish to crack the canopy plexiglass. So we're using a high-speed drill, high RPMs, and light pressure just to go through it. I'm using a little spacer right here to take up the gap between the outer skin and the rail on the inside. There she's through. And we'll get a cleco in there. And what we are doing, as we drill each hole, we're putting a cleco in it. And we're also doing it in a specific manner. We're starting in the forwardmost hole and going aft all the way back to this corner. I'm doing 2 at a time, so I'll do the next hole. And then I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to do the next 2 holes at the top here, moving towards that corner. So we're wiping everything towards that aft corner, both from the side, on the side, and on the top. And then that way we should have a canopy that fits perfect. So drilling the holes from the canopy through to the underlying holes in the canopy frame, you have to be real careful not to get parallax, because the canopy is like quite thick. It's almost 1/4 of an inch. Well, it's 170 thou thick. You gotta be careful to hit the hole dead on. It's very easy to miss it because of the thickness of the plexiglass, so we're taking a lot of care. So to help me hit that hole dead center, I'm drilling these holes in 2 passes. The first one is with an undersized drill. That drill there is about 80 thou. The finished drill will be number 40, which is 098. So that gives me a second chance in case I'm not quite dead centered on the initial drill. I can adjust on the second finished drill. Once again, we're just being real careful that we don't let parallax interfere with where that hole should actually be. So here we go. The drill tends to drift, so you gotta steer it. And you also have to maintain 90 degree, a 90 degree angle between the drill and the plexiglass, both this way and that way. That one went through pretty good. This joint here, right now, I'm at the point where I've got it match. I've got it butted up against the other one. So once I've screwed it all together, screwed the plexiglass to the frame, canopy frame, I'll set the screws, and then I'll provide the 1/32 inch clearance between the canopy and the window. That'll be the last thing we do. So there it is. 66 holes drilled and clecoed, and it looks very, very good.
Okay, April the 9th, and here's our COVID broadcast. Anyway, here he's working on the canopy, preparing for fiberglass work.
The instructions say to rough it up, and then when you think it's enough, rough it up some more. Gotta be merciless, you know, merciless.
And this is the kind of design feature that I love about Van's aircraft. That's what makes them so fast.
Yeah, the idea is that this will all be filled in with West System.
Other manufacturers might be happy to just let the canopy butt up against the top of the cowling there, but they want to see a smooth transition for the airflow to be very clean.
Right to the edge, oh, right in here. Yeah, signing off for this day's broadcast from COVID Central. What's the date? April 21st, and got the fiberglass on, and it's going through the first sanding process.
And remember, leave about 1/8 at the top there. Alright, then go ahead and impregnate it with this stuff. One thickness of cloth gives you about 10 thou.
Let me see.
Alright, let's stick the other piece on. Okay, give it another good coat so that it's going to help set up to impregnate the second. Precision fit. Oh yeah, baby. Mess around. That's gonna be about right. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We can do the rest with the filler. If it's white, it's not right. Right. See you later, kiddo.
Yeah.
Good seeing you. This too shall pass. All right, stick some more glass on there. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's get that piece on then. We are good. It's just about gonna do it. We'll do the rest with mud.
21st of April. Another COVID presentation. So here at the end of this is the third application of fiberglass. We've got, you know, the filler underneath here. We've got 2 layers of glass here, and then we put the layer of filler here. So probably by the time this is all, you know, sanded down and smoothed out, we'll put probably 1 more layer of brown filler stuff on, and maybe 2, and that'll be done. So this shape here is formed using the template that you find in the manual. So you can see that fits right smack right where it's supposed to be. Real pretty. So more to come tomorrow. April 22nd. So we've just completed this 3rd round, or maybe 4th round of fiberglass. Getting pretty close. Pretty close to what the gauge calls for without touching it down there. Just about. So maybe 1 more sanding, and then 1 more application, and that might be just about it. What is it, April 23rd? 22nd? Well, we took the tape off. Looks pretty good.
We're excited to announce that Vans Aircraft, Cleveland Aircraft Tool Company, and GripMat have teamed up on this giveaway worth nearly $2,500 for a builder. The winner receives a Vans Lightbox Sign Practice Kit, just like the one you saw us build in that previous episode, plus the set of all the aircraft tools you need to build the sign kit, and a full set of GripMat tool trays. You'll also get a voucher for $750 off any Vans Aircraft tail kit. And as promised, here's the post-op update from Perry.
1 small step for man, 1 giant leap for Perry. Watch this. Great, no pain, only 2 weeks since surgery. Left hip better than new. Thanks, everyone.
I kind of feel a little bit bad now because I did uncrumple it, and now I feel like there is a bit of a personal letter here. So it is an invention that Greg at Clement's Custom came up with to store pliers and other various tools. It's uncrumpled. It's like brand new.
Thanks, Greg. We'll check it out.